Okay, we are going on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Ashton Knox, 231082. And Detective Sergeant, your name, please, for the record.
Detective Sergeant Ken Grove.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I'm sorry, that didn't come through.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right, you may proceed on the warrant.
I'm signing. On Friday, May 19, 2023, approximately 3:30 p.m., Wyandotte officers were dispatched to the subway at 410 Eureka in the city of Wyandotte for a gun on people. Officers were the juvenile victim, who said that a male later identified as Mr. Knox walked up to him and started to argue with him. Then pulled out a gun and pointed at the chest of the juvenile. Friend of Mr. Knox attempted
Hold on. I'm sorry, Detective. Is it possible for you to jump into the courtroom, because the I'm only getting every few words of what you're saying for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, we can try it again since the door's closed. All right, can you start over, please?
On Friday, May 19th of 2023, May 19th, 2023, approximately 3:30 p.m., Wyandotte officers were dispatched to the subway located at 410 Eureka in the city of Wyandotte for a male that pulled a gun on people. Officers arrived and spoke with the juvenile victim, who stated a male later identified as Mr. Knox walked up to him and started an argument. Mr. Knox then pulled out a gun and pointed at the chest of the juvenile. A friend of Knox attempted to pull him away from the victim when a car pulled into the parking lot and started honking its horn. Mr. Knox walked over to the vehicle, pointed the gun at the female driver, and asked if she wanted some of this, while pointing the gun at her. As the vehicle started to drive off, Mr. Knox kicked the door of the vehicle as it drove off. Officers were able to identify the suspect with the gun as Mr. Knox, and they went to his house in the city of Wyandotte. Officers could hear Knox inside the house, and at one point they were talking to him through a window, telling him to come outside, which he refused. Officers were able to contact Mr. Knox's grandmother, who let officers in the house. As officers were searching the house for him, Mr. Knox jumped out the second-story window and fled through the yard, and he was later apprehended by officers in the area of 2nd Maple. During a search at Knox's residence, officers located a stolen Smith caliber handgun along with a box of .40 caliber ammunition from the house.
Okay. Upon examination and opinion, what is the find that the offense charged or committed, that there's probable cause to believe the defendant committed those offenses? In the Thursday file, can you pull out Mr. Knox's file? Thank you. And counsel, your appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke appearing on behalf of my client. This time we consent to the matter being heard via Zoom. As to arraignment, we waive formal reading. My client stands mute.
All right, thank you, Mr. Knox. Thank you. Your name, please.
Ashton Knox.
All right, the court's going to waive the formal reading. Sir, you have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford one, the court will appoint one to represent you. And in fact, you had an opportunity to speak to an attorney today, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury. You also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing may be used against you in court. Do you understand those rights, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
The court's going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf and schedule this matter for a probable cause conference on June 1st at 8:50 a.m. The court has also signed the petition order for court-appointed attorney for felony purposes. And counsel as to bond, and then the court will hear from Detective Sergeant Grove.
Your Honor, my client's currently 19 years old. He lives with his grandmother, has a strong family support system. He did actually just go back to work. He's at Port's Bar and Grill. He works as a cook. He indicates that he is currently going to Roosevelt High School. So I respectfully request any leniency in determining an appropriate bond so he can remain employed in school. Thank you, Judge.
All right, and Detective Sergeant Grote as to bond.
Your Honor, the date and time of this incident was a Friday at the end of school. There's tons of school-age children in the area. Mr. Knox is waving a handgun around. We feel he's a danger to society. I know he was just in your court within the last couple of months on a different felony charge. We're thinking 100,000, 10%.
All right, the court will note that Mr. Knox has a pending case in this court for malicious destruction of property, and that was from an incident on 4th Street. And this matter is scheduled for a final pretrial Thursday. The court did permit the GPS tether to be removed, and apparently, well, the reason that the matter was adjourned was to allow Mr. Knox to pay restitution. And I know that that's not a matter that's up today, but Mr. Knox, has that restitution been paid?
No, not yet, man, but it will be by Thursday.
Well, how much of the restitution do you have ready to pay?
I don't have none with me.
I didn't ask if you had it with you, I just had how much you had ready to pay.
90% of it,
I'm sorry?
like 90% of it.
Okay, I asked for an amount, sir. What is the amount?
Like $380 I have towards it.
And how much is the restitution?
400, right? My dad said he'd cover the rest.
Well, let's see here. You have the pending charges here, the malicious destruction of property. There's also the local public drunkenness as well at the same time. Then you have a felony that that was deferred. And somehow there's an allegation that you have a gun that apparently was stolen out of Austin, Texas. And why, sir, on your request for appointed attorney, did you indicate under income, I don't know right now?
Because I don't know right now, I just started working again.
So you've been working at the same location. And in fact, you told this court that you were still working there. I believe you also told your attorney and your, and the prosecutor was informed as well that you still had your appointment, which is why it was set for final pretrial for you to make the payment for restitution.
Yes. But I just started working there again, I don't know an exact amount.
And do you know Damien?
What?
Do you know Damien?
No, who?
Detective Sergeant Grote, is the individual's name Damien or Damien?
The victim in the case?
Yes.
Yeah, Damien.
Okay. Do you know him? Do you know him, Mr. Knox?
No,
Your Honor, I believe he knows of him because, part of the argument was from a previous incident outside a Subway involving Damien's friend and Mr. Knox.
I did not know.
If you were to be tested today, Mr. Knox, what would be detected in your system?
Nothing.
You still have the alcohol tether act?
No.
Oh, no, that was on the other matter that, with the public drunkenness, not on the pending felony. And sir, when did you go back to work?
Like about a week and a half ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Because on March 23rd, when this court arraigned you on the other felony matter for the malicious destruction of property, I indicated your curfew was 11 p.m. on the tether, unless you were working later with proof shown to the tether unit. And in fact, one of the conditions as well, don't interrupt me. One of the conditions as well, as to why this court allowed your GPS tether to be removed, was for ease of working. So you're telling this court you actually haven't been working the last couple months other than a week and a half ago?
I've been trying to find a job. I told you that last time I was in court. And we were supposed to set up a payment plan June 2nd. I'm actually still applying at different places to work at.
On March 23rd, sir, when you were arraigned in this court, you told this court that you were working at Sports.
Yeah, I was, but I got fired.
All right, well, given the fact that Mr. Knox has pending felony charges in this matter, has previous criminal convictions, the court is very familiar with Mr. Knox. And now there's an allegation of a stolen firearm that's alleged in this incident. The court's going to indicate a $250,000 cash bond. Also, in addition to the allegations that Mr. Knox attempted to flee from the police as well, the court has significant concerns as to Mr. Knox appearing for court.
Never
First, we're
missed,
going to indicate the clock. I'm sorry, what was that?
never missed a court date.
I understand that, sir, but given the allegations in this matter, which are significantly more serious than any of the other ones that you've had so far, and given the allegations that you jumped out of the second floor window to flee the police, the court has serious concerns of you showing up for court, knowing that the maximum penalty on one of the charges is up to 4 years in state prison. The court's going to indicate you're not to have any contact with the complaining witnesses or any victims in this matter. That would be Damien Parmalee, Sally Hamer. That's phone contact, text message, email, social media, third party, package delivery service, letters through the U.S. mail. Let's see what else has come to my attention lately. We don't have any shared video accounts. The court's going to also indicate you're not to enter the premises at Subway on Eureka. That was 410 Eureka, is that correct, Detective Sergeant Grote?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. You're not to possess or have access to any firearms and or any weapons. Are there any weapons at your grandmother's house, sir?
No,
Do you have any other weapons by
No.
which you can obtain possession?
no,
All right, and the court, I don't know if I indicated this, but GPS tether house arrest. Wayne County Jail tether. Anything else, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Detective Sergeant Grote?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see everybody back on June 1st.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day. We're going to be off the record.